Sometimes you have to go by yourself and stop waiting for life to happen to you and go out there and live life. Hello, humans, and welcome back to another episode of RD2H Road to Happiness, building our dream realities. So, I got my shit rocked this week. Like, there's no other way to say it. My shit got rocked. Like, I dealt with getting ghosted at the beginning of the week, and then I've been working my ass off for this competition at work that was going to be $10,000, and I lost, and I literally put so much work into it, and that was supposed to be another pillar of my life where I thought maybe I'll get a little bit of stability financially. And like I've been saying in the other episodes, it just feels like no matter how hard I work or what I do, stability doesn't find me. So I spiraled, and like literally, sorry, I will like own up to my own feelings. Like, I was like, dude, I don't have fight in me anymore. I don't want to fucking. I literally spiraled to the point where I don't drink and I don't go out. And somebody gave me a bottle of champagne as like you made it to the final four, like, congratulations. I took that shit home and I got drunk in like the most self-destructive, like, I just want to numb out. And I got on the phone with my friend, and she's like, dude, fuck it. Just go out by yourself. Because, like, I'm moved solo to Los Angeles. I've been trying dating. That keeps blowing up in my face. I don't really have friends. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to wait for life to happen to me. I'm just going to go out and live life. I'm 23. I'm young. I'm hot. Put on some heels. Go to the fucking club. So I did. And it was great. I had a great time. For one night, I got to forget how shitty life has been feeling, and I made friends. I was out till 5 a.m. I walked the Hollywood stars, got tacos, went to an after party, kept the night going. Like, it was a good night. And then I woke up not in as bad of a place as I was yesterday, but still not feeling completely great. Like, there's still like this just feeling, you know what I'm talking about, that feeling of like doom and despair and like a hole. And does drinking fill that? No, that's 99% of us just drink and club and try to fill that hole that doesn't actually get filled until you sit there and, face it. But I do feel better than I did yesterday, and it's because I showed up for myself. I went to a club by myself and did not let one shitty guy's actions dictate how my Friday night was gonna go or how I was feeling. And I showed up for the competition. I didn't want to. I was so down bad. I was so hurt. I was so like just spiraling about my life. And I didn't want to show up for myself for a competition that I had worked so hard for. And I showed up anyway. I showed up when I didn't want to. I showed up when it was hard. I showed up when it was uncomfortable. And as shitty as my week went, I can't be mad at the fact that I've showed up for myself, and I keep doing all of these things and feel like life is not getting better, but that doesn't mean stop doing them. It doesn't mean stop putting yourself in the uncomfortable situations. It doesn't mean stop showing up, because ultimately that's the only way that life's going to get better. I made 2 friends last night. I had a great night into the morning, and I showed up for myself, and that's what counts. And it's not the guy that made me feel shitty. It's the idea that I thought I finally was like having a connection. I thought I was finally getting somewhere where life was opening up. It was the idea of having somebody, not him. He could have been anybody. Literally, he could have been anybody. And it's crazy because your brain latches onto what you thought things could be and what you're like actually generally looking for and missing. Like, I just wanted something real, and it doesn't matter that it's not about the guy. It's the fact that I'm ready for something real, and I can't just bippity boppity boop that shit into my life. And this guy was a psychopath. I mean, there's an app called the T app, and you can literally like write Yelp reviews on guys, and this guy has 22 red flags in 9 months and 0 green flags, and women saying that he's done the exact same thing to them. So it wasn't me, it was this guy's avoidant, psychotic behavior that he continuously does with women back to back to back. I mean, 30 comments and 22 red flags in a 9-month span is actually psychopath behavior. So it had nothing to do with me. That guy's a piece of garbage. But yet it still hurt me, even though I know that I shouldn't be hurt because I know he's a piece of garbage. It's not about him. It's about how I envisioned my life being with somebody, and the fact that I am ready to have somebody in my life. And again, can't bippity boppity boop that. So sometimes logic just isn't enough. There is no logically thinking my way out of the hurt that I'm feeling right now, or the little hopelessness that I feel about life, but I can do what's in my power to make it better. I showed up for the contest. I showed up to the club by myself. I'm about to show up to the gym, get out of my house, and continue to live life, even though sometimes it's harder to show up for yourself than other times. Like, I don't want to. I want to crawl into a hole and kind of just give up for a little bit, but what is that going to do? That's not going to get me closer to where I want to be, or who I want to be around, or put me in a better feeling, or help me to process the disappointment that I had this week, because that's what it is. I had a disappointing week. I got my hopes up. I thought life was going to finally, turn the other corner, only to see that it didn't. And it's not the last time that that's going to happen to me. So I just got to keep showing up for myself when it's uncomfortable, when it's scary, when it's awkward, and even if I have to do it alone. That's kind of the whole point. So, love you guys. I hope you got something out of this episode. If you're in the same situation, fuck it, bro. Go by yourself. Why miss out on an experience? You don't know what the night's gonna bring, who you're gonna meet, or what's gonna happen. And you can't just let shitty people dictate your reality. Go out there and go by yourself. So, love you guys. See you for another episode. RD2H, Road to Happiness, building our dream realities.